as agreed by majority of the Bind members, we decided that for every exercise that is being sent in the WhatsApp channel, we are going to have a video to properly explain the exercise. And today we are going to look at exercise number one, which is the reference to the Bamenda Archdiocese Mock 2024. Okay, let's dive into the question. The question says, the founder of Islamic Research Foundation IRF Mumbai have decided to record information about student attendance in a class. He started this activity by recording the names of 10 random students in the class. You have been asked to propose a computer program to help him carry out this task effectively. The algorithm given below in pseudocode based on C and Pascal, where we have the arrow line is for assignment and doubles forward slash stands for a comment. So we have the procedural result and we have figure 2. Okay. Sorry. The A part says, in your answer booklet, give a declaration in your chosen programming language of an array data structure which is immediately initialized to values as given in table 1. Or let us do this directly into our IDE. So as we said in the videos we did on C programming, there are two ways by which you can declare an array of string values. And method 1 is by declaring a two-dimensional array. That is, I have char names. How many names do I have? I have 10 names, and then you need to know what the number of strings correspond to the number of rows. So since I have 10 names, it means that I will have 10 rows. And now the column is the maximum number of characters you can have for a particular string. Let us say it is 10. So that is what we have. So a student can go through this method 1, or a student can still go through method 2. That is, create string as a data type. That is char string. First of all, let me change it for you to understand better. Let me change this, for example, to 15. So we create a data type string, as you can see. So string now is a data type which is an array of characters. And now he comes and create now the array names, which is an array of strings. So the value here corresponds to this one, and this corresponds to this. So now names is an array of 10 strings. So either these two or these two, those are the two ways you can declare an array of strings in C. And now they say that it should be directly initialized. So to initialize directly, in order for initialization, I'll put my square braces and string values are inside double quotes. So I have Haven, comma, Tyler, Robin, Nolan, Neale, Aiden, Cecile, Clara, Bella, and finally David. Then I have my semicolon at the end. So those are the two ways by which you could declare and initialize the string directly. So for this one, wait, let us just make it to be shorter for you guys to see everything. I bring this one down. Yes, so that is what we have. So I can just copy this and I put it here. So that is what we have, dear students. So those are the two methods we have. Now the B part says, implement a programming language function called doDisplay that takes as argument an array and its size as defined in A and then display its elements. Personally, I prefer the second method, so I'm going to use the second method. So they say my subroutine, I'm writing a function subroutine that takes an argument of an array and its size and then display, so it does not return something. Although in the question they say it's a function, but actually it is a procedure. So I have void do display. It takes as argument an array of string. So let me say A and its size. So I have int size. Now what do I have? You know, an array, we need a counter. So for I equals to 0, comma, sorry, semicolon, I less than the size, semicolon, I increment. What do we have? Printf percentage s slash t, so the name should be well spaced. So that is what we have for the subroutine. I think with this we can proceed. C says, using the algorithm for bubble sort in figure 1, give a programming language procedure called bubble sort that sort the content of the array in B in ascending order. Add a main program unit and call the function to display and bubble sort. So what do we have? I have my void bubble sort. Takes an array of string. So I have string A. Now let us look at the algorithm. The algorithm, I have two loops with two counters. So I have my counter first of all, ij. Remember that algorithms given to you are just for the implementation. You need to know there are parameters or there are variables you need to declare. So that's what we have. And it says size from I equals to 1 to size of the array. So the size must be given equally. So I have int size. So now what do we have? For I equals to 1, but we know that in array indexing starts from 0. So I equals to 0, I less than the size, I increment. Then for j equals to 0, j less than the size, j increment. What do I have? They say if array at position j is less than array at position j plus 1, meaning what? Here we are comparing, and we know how to compare in you're comparing strings, you are using a particular method, which is the string compare, and you are comparing string 1 and string 2. That is array at position j with the array at position j plus 1. And now how do I know that array at position j is less than array at position j plus 1? It is if the value returned by string compare is less than 0. And if it is the case, what do we do now? We need to swap the contents. We need to swap the two elements. So let me just put a comment as it is given. So swap the two elements, sending the bigger element to end of array. So what do we have now? Temp. So temp is a variable, and since temp takes array position j, which is a string, it means that I need a variable string. So temp will be is a string because it's what I'm using for comparison. And we know that we cannot initialize string as we are initializing normal variable because string is an array and we cannot just assign array like that. We need a particular string method, which is what? The string copy. So what do I have? String copy. I am copying into temp. And what am I copying into temp? A at position j. Then I copy again into A at position j. What is at A at position j plus 1? Then I copy again. What is at position A to the j plus 1? I'm copying what is inside temp. So that is what we have. Then I have my end if, as you can see, I have my end for, end of the procedure. What is what we have for the bubble sort. And when they said we should use a main program, so I have my int main. And inside it, I need to call the two methods above. So first of all, it means that this particular array is global. So I'm going to delete this first one. Then I include the libraries first of all. So hashtag include standard input output.h, hashtag include string.h. Then I define the size, hashtag define size. Size is 10. So what do we have inside my int main? I will just call the bubble sort algorithm first of all. So I'm calling bubble sort. First of all, let me save and I'm going to say exercise 1 dot c. When I realize that inside the bubble, so it shows me that what I need to pass an array of strings. So first of all, so here is supposed to be an array. So here now, as you can see, I'm going to pass names. Then for the size, I'm passing size. Then I call a do display. Inside I have my array, which is names. Then the size. So let us see if it works properly as it's supposed to be. So when I run, I have an error. And what is the error saying? Unknown type string. Oh, yes, yes. So first of all, I need a keyword type def. Good. So now this makes sure that you are creating now your new data type because it is this keyword type definition that makes string to be a new data type. So when I run now, I have an error again. Yes, because you know that C is case sensitive. So string with small s. So yes, too should be with small s. So when I run now, let us see. Seems as we are having an error because nothing is being displayed. No problem. Good. In our printf, first of all, what am I printing? I'm printing array at position I. So let me run back and see. Good. So I have Tyler, Robin, Raven, Nolan. It is printing in descending order. It is printing in descending order. Let us see. I'll change this. I think that now is okay. But let me just respect the algorithm because maybe the intention is to display in descending order. So let us see. I think everything is okay. No, but they said the bigger element is to the end of the array. So let us use this. Maybe it is because of the sign or because it's not actually place the element correctly for the string copy. Now you're having a particular problem, this particular space. And you need to know that I told you when we had our video on arrays, I told you that pay attention to the different indices you're having. Our size here is 10. And we are looping for j from 0 right up to the size. And inside our if we are having j plus 1, meaning that what when j will be at the last index, j plus 1 will go to an invalid index. That is why inside our if condition, sorry, j must be looping from 0 to size minus 1 in such a way that what j plus 1 will take the last index. So when using your counter, always make sure that in the operation concerning array, we are not going to have an index that will be above the maximum index or an index below 0. That is it. Because when you are having this I from 0 to size, j from 0 to size, it means that what? The maximum index is j plus 1. And if j plus 1 is equal to the maximum index, it means that we must be looping from 0 to the size minus 1. So if I run down again, you see that I don't have the space again and everything is being done properly. It has been sorted correctly. So that is what we have, dear students. Now, the other part of the question says, use the algorithm for linear search in figure 2. Using the algorithm for linear search in figure 2, give a programming language procedure called lin search that takes an array and name to search. The procedure lin search then prints the name if found. Otherwise, the message name not found is printed. So this is what we have. First of all, you see that we have two global variables, found, which is false. So I have bool found. And in order to use bool, I need the library stdbool.h. So I have bool found, which is a global variable. I also have position. Remember that global variable means that what they are not declared in any of the subroutine, be it the int main, be it do display, and so on. Now I have my procedure lin search. Since it does not return something, it's a void. So I have lin search. It takes as parameter the array. So string A, an array of string, then the size. So always make sure the parameter should not match with your global variable. This is all capital letter, we have this in small letters. So now, what do we have? I am looping from 0 to size of array. So I have my counter first of all. Then for I equals to 0, I is less than the size, I increments. What do we have? If, yeah, we are comparing to see if they are the same. So if string compare A at position I, and sorry, it takes also the name. So I have string name. So if string compare position I and name, if it is equal to 0, it means that there is a match. So now what do we have? Then found will be equal to true and position is equal to I. So instead we have another integer, and sorry, position is already declared as a global variable, so there is no problem with that. Then we end if. Now, as you can see, this particular code is directly under the for loop program indentation. So after the for loop now, if found is equals to false, what do we have? No need for this. Printf name not found. Else printf name found at index %d, and that will be the position. So that is all. We have our end if and we end our procedure. So now the next question says, run your program, sorry, save your work at task2b, print a copy of it with a name on the array, run your program with a name on the array. So let us run and use a name on the array. So I want this name, which one do I use? I will use Nolan, popular actor from the series The Rookie. So let me run this. But before that, I need, as usual, to enter a name. So printf, enter a name. Scanf %s name. So what do I have? I need a string name. So now once I have the name now, I will simply call the subroutine lin search. And instead it takes our string, which is names, the name itself, and the size of the array. That's what we have. Let us see. No, it needs to be down, so my /n. Good. Enter a name. So Nolan. It says name found at index 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct. So we run again, entering a name not found. So I'm going to enter the name of a student. That marks me a lot. Irma. So if I run this, name not found. And that is how your program is done. And you have all your marks perfectly attributed. So there's 2, 5, 11, 12, 18, 24, 27, 30 marks. And that is the program, as you can see. Remember that I did not take a lot of time to explain to you because all these different concepts were already explained in the playlist of videos we did under C programming. The videos we have on the exercises is just for you to identify the different cases where you might have an error or the alternative we are going to provide to you, because for all these particular methods as you saw for the situation, there are not only one way of attaining the solution. So this video is either for you to identify a particular place where you were blocked, or an alternative we have different from what you have coded. So that is what we have. That is the declaration of the array of string values. That is the subroutine do display. This is the subroutine bubble sort, subroutine linear search. Then this is our int main, respecting all the different instructions provided except the screenshot. But I'm sure that that is not a problem for you, dear students. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and to share for our community to grow. And see you in the next video. where we shall be solving exercise 2.